Welcome to the first GBPRA Teams match. We're here in Wales. I'm Christian Westcott and I'll be talking you through today's match. We're here in the Welsh Mountains with C2 Precision, Jackal Firearms and the 1 Mile Club. We've got an exciting course of fire that's covering 5 stages. Some of them are challenges, some of them are more traditional PRA stages. We're going to have a great day. I hope you enjoy it.
Is that hail?
This wasn't on the weather forecast, I'm just saying. I'll put sun cream on anyway.
On the timer, you may start. The timer starts now.
Team Jackal is shooting first. Team Captain John Creswell is about to take the first shot.
Impact, move on to the next target.
That was a first round hit for John Creswell. The 1 pint milk jug has been taken out. We now move on to Keith Bradley, who's shooting at 450 metres.
No,
that was a miss for Keith. We now move on to James. A miss for James also, and a miss for Tom Rice.
Is that a hit? Fallen over, we'll call that. Move on to the next target. John shooting at 750. Don't forget there are 2 green milk jugs in that 750 bunker.
The 2 pint milk jug has now been shot by Team Jackal. They transition to the 750 metre firing point, and they are going for a 4 pint milk jug.
You're at a minute of your allotted time.
At this range it's a very small target.
Okay, so I needed to put a mil, the winds need to go 1 mil left. Yep.
Is that a hit?
No.
John Creswell has missed, Keith's missed. We now move on to James. And that's a miss for James.
This is what will eat the time up. This will eat the time up now. I'm chasing this shot.
Yeah.
And a miss for Tom. This is a team match, and what's happening now at this distance is each shooter in the team is calling each other's misses. Sharing information in mills to try and walk each other onto the target. They're getting closer, but the wind is being a bit tricky.
Well done.
Impact for John Creswell, team captain. They now transition onto the second 4 pint milk jug at 750 metres. It's a miss for Keith. James and Tom both miss. Wind calls are being shared. John Creswell misses. Keith's getting a bit lost with the wind, I think. Impact!
Clock stops.
That was Tom Rice to Team Jackal. As the shooters show clear to the ROs to clear the firing point safely, they now have to count up their remaining rounds that weren't used at this stage to carry over to the last stage of the day. Okay, I'm just with John Creswell, team captain for Jackal Firearms, Team Jackal. John?
Hi Christian, how you doing? You alright?
Good mate, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be back at the range.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? How do you think that stage went for you?
I think it was quite good. I think it would have been great if we'd all obviously got them all first shot, but we're just trying to kind of share our win calls and things as well. Yeah. So basically the rest of the team can learn from our mistakes.
And I guess that's the fun of a team match. You're not out there by yourself, not sharing win calls, competing against each other. You're there to help and support each other.
No, definitely. And that's exactly what we want to try to do for the rest of this match as well. So help each other as much as we can. one shooting, one spotting, and taking our time over the shots as well.
And you had 40 rounds to take there on that stage, and I think you carried over
20 rounds.
20
so we had
rounds.
5 rounds each, yes.
So that's 20 rounds to the last stage. You took out 4 milk jugs with 5 rounds each. And how many of the milk jugs did you take out?
I think 2.
2?
Yes.
Well done, sir.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck for the rest of the game.
Thanks very much. Cheers, Christian.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Next team up on the milk jug challenge are the 1 Mile Club.
Happy with the course of fire? You have 5 minutes when the timer starts. First target, 1 pint at 200 metres, an orange one. The timer starts now. First shooter.
Dave shoots and the 1 pint jug is down. First round hit.
Hit. Hit. Was that a hit? Move on to 450. Just shout out the hits for us if you can, gents. Just so the other shooters know.
Next up is GBPRA Chairman Charles Cooper. Charles and Dave are both shooting Desert Techs.
Charles and Dave. Couldn't help myself.
You're gonna mess up my sports commentary, you mate.
You shouldn't stand next to me if you expect anything sensible. Yeah, I'd walk away as well.
And that's a miss for Charles at the 450 metre line and a miss for Tim Brush.
Impact hit.
And that's an
Move on to the
impact for
next target.
Dave
Tim's
at
up
450 metres on the 2 pint jug.
next. And you're at a minute of time, gents. You've plenty left. Take your time.
Okay, 1 Mile Club transition to 750 metres. They're after 2 4 pint milk jugs. First up, Charles Cooper. So far they're making very good progress, and if they keep this rate of fire up, they'll be carrying some significant rounds over into the last stage, which will give them a massive advantage.
Hold 1 mil. 1 mil.
The 1 Mile Club are used to shooting at distances at a mile and beyond. This shouldn't be a challenge for them. And Charles Cooper just over the top of that one.
Fallen.
Is that a hit?
Yeah, they've called up before, yeah.
Yeah, moving on to the last target.
Okay, on to the last milk jug.
You're only at 2 minutes. You've plenty of time, gents.
That was a
Take
miss
your
for
time.
Charles Cooper, but there's plenty of time left and plenty of rounds. Tim takes a shot with his accuracy international, but he's off target. That was an impact for Dave. All milk jugs are down. Now we count up the
Time.
remaining rounds.
2:24. Just show clear first,
As
gents.
expected, the long-range distance experts have put in a fantastic performance. Okay, so 1 Mile Club have just shot the milk jug challenge, and I'm joined by Tim Brush. Tim, how did that round go for you?
Yeah, it was. It's a good little competition. It makes you think. I think not having the first person able to fire 2 shots consecutively is a nice twist, because you've really got to learn from each other. So I think that was a well-designed one, definitely.
Good. What I noticed between yourselves shooting that stage and Team Jackal from Jackal Firearms shooting their stage is, first of all, you guys took less rounds to get your milk jugs, but then you're probably, with a name like 1 Mile Club, long-range experts.
I don't know if you can't ever be an expert in this sport, but yeah, we'll take the compliment.
But what I did notice was Team Jackal was sharing wind calls quite a bit more, trying to walk each other on, but you guys just seem very much, we know what we're doing and we're just going to get these rounds downrange.
Yeah, I mean, I think we went into it having the benefit of seeing the impacts from Team Jackal, so we knew that they were fighting with about a 1 mil wind hold on that 740, which was going to be the challenging one. So you know, we had a starting point from watching them, and that's the benefit of not going first. Yeah, so you know, Dave and Coops, they're shooting the same cartridge, same sort of speed. So their wind call is synonymous. They can roll with it. Mine's a little bit different, but yeah, no, those guys particularly super confident in what they're doing. So we just clocked on, watched the impacts, and went from there.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was an excellent start. You'll have 28 rounds extra for the final stage. So
Yeah, what are we going to do with them?
Well, we'll find out. Anyway, good luck, Tim.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Christian.
Smashing.
Okay, next up on the Milk Jug Challenge, we have got C2 Precision.
Magnification.
Yep.
So your first target is your yellow 1-pinter in the 200s. On the commencement of the time, you can start firing in order 1, 2, 3. Timer starts now. Impact, move on to the next target, 450.
File your dope for 450.
Yeah.
And windage. Right, I'm going to hold 0.2 off of the milk bottle, alright? Yeah, done it. Send it. It goes just high and just right, won't I?
Just right. I wouldn't say
C2 Precision manager Josh Martin is the second shooter of the team, and they've taken the jug at 200 metres, now transitioning to 450 metres. That was an impact for Duncan McIlwain. So that's only 3 rounds fired so far for the team, and 2 milk jugs already down. This is excellent.
Okay.
Lawrence Barnes is up. We don't want to put him under too much pressure. I hope he hasn't got the microphones turned up on his ear pro.
Right, spot him.
Okay, Josh is spotting for Lawrence. Impact!
Move on to the last
This
target.
is some great shooting.
Right, spot him.
Could C2 Precision be about to take the lead?
Spot him.
Yeah.
Josh Martin's up, rounds away. Impact! And there was a big splash from that one. Wow, rounds of applause. Shooting C2 Precision. That was 5 rounds for 4 milk jugs, only 1 miss. That is some real shooting.
35 rounds.
The team are jubilant to say the least. Okay, so we're joined by Josh Martin, C2 manager, and GBPRA champion shooter.
Stop it, Christian.
How are you doing?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, really good. Great to be back on the range, actually.
Yeah,
It's
good.
been a nice little break. I've got married, had a little mini moon, and put shooting on hold for a few weeks. It's great to get back up here again.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you back out here, and congratulations on the wedding. It's good to see Jade and the family here with you
first
today.
time I brought them all up here with me this time. Yeah,
Fantastic. So the honeymoon just keeps on rolling.
it does, mate.
So look, excellent shooting there. I mean, Team Jackal, they went first. I think they've carried over 20 rounds. The 1 Mile Club, the long-range experts supposedly, they got all their shots, all their milk jugs in 12 rounds, 28 carried. Now you guys got all 4 milk jugs in 5 shots.
In 1 minute 20.
Okay, in 1 minute 20 as well.
Yeah, we did, mate.
So that's a 35 round carryover into the final stage. But you don't know what the final stage is.
I don't. I don't know what that means.
So it's going to be a bit
I don't know
interesting,
what it
isn't it? Right, well, you've got extra rounds for
Thank
the next
you.
stage. You're in the lead at the moment, so
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you. See what the day brings, eh?
Okay, but
Thanks, guys.
all the best. Okay, so Tim Brush is acting as spotter and director for his team. He is just communicating via radio to Charles Cooper his shooting position and also the targetry that he needs to engage his 10 rounds with.
Range is 847.
Everybody got ears?
Charles is opting for a sitting position.
10 rounds into the 847 bog seat from that position.
We're shooting at 847 metres, the bog seat. First round's away, and that's an impact. Second round. Impact. At this distance, the delay between bullet striking the target and the noise of the impact coming back is a good few seconds. That's 3 for 3.
Impact.
Charles is on now and he's picking up the pace.
Impact. Impact.
Racking his bolt authoritatively. Now he's on.
Impact. Impact.
Okay, I think there was a missed shot there. Oh, the wind's picking up now. I think that's causing a couple of misses.
Dave, I need you to adopt a position on the downward sloping ballistic block to your left, please. Aiming for 5 onto the small yellow at the 200 bunker. So there's a yellow and a white, and between those is a yellow and a white. You want 5 onto the yellow small and 5 onto the white small, and that's a 200. So 200 metres, you're going to put 5 onto the small yellow in the centre of the pit, and 5 onto the small white in the centre of the pit.
Got it, Dave. You've got bright orange clays either side of them. You on that, mate? In the centre of the pit.
For clarity, in the 200 metre pit, you've got a green IPSC to the right of that. Immediately to the right of that is a large yellow. You want the small yellow to the right of that, and the small white to the right of that.
Tim is giving very clear instructions on where to engage. It looks like Dave now knows what targets he's going for. The distance is very short for these shooters, but the challenge here is communicating which targets to get onto, and that is taking a lot of time.
Take your time, Dave.
The wind won't make much difference at this distance, and Dave is starting to hit the target. That's 2 shots down so far.
To about 11 or 12. Impact.
Yeah. 2 impacts.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 3.
Impact.
That's 3 for 4. One more round at this target, and then he has to transition to another target. That's 4 for 5 rounds. Now he has to change to the target.
Was that 3 hits, yeah?
Yeah.
Impact. Good shot, Dave.
Well, he hit the target there, but he also hit something else that smoked up a bit.
Nice, Dave. Keep it going.
We think that was a used line marker can.
They're on the white target.
Yeah. Good Dave, impact.
Okay, Dave's getting some good solid hits now.
That was a bit high, Dave. The last round, I think.
We've had a
No,
miss.
you've got 2 more, ain't you? 2 more.
That was a good strike.
That's it.
That's it. All 10 rounds taken.
I'm shooting next, but I want you to get ready to adopt a position on the tank trap. You will be shooting into the main bunker at 740 metres at the green IPSC. Don't start until I've done my
What are you going on? Tank trap?
Tank trap. Had to be, didn't it?
It is.
It's going to be on for 5 seconds,
This.
yeah?
Okay, right, okay. When?
There.
Yeah.
You spotted Tim, 570. Steve, 570.
What, Tim's on 570 now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not then.
We now join Tim in the shooting container.
Tim, do us a favour, can you jump on the spot while... 570s, yeah?
Yeah.
5 on each side.
5 into each.
Either way.
Okay, Tim's got his first hit. That's 2 rounds miss, 3rd round hit. The wind is being a bit tricky, so it's not an easy target. Oh, that was a good hit. We got the sound coming back down the range. Tim's taking his time lining up his next shot. Sent it. But it was a miss. Moves it rounds away. Also a miss. The wind's picking up again. It's not going to be easy for Tim shooting at that distance with that wind.
I made that 9, this is 10th.
Last round. Can Tim make this one? It's away.
Rounds. Happy clear.
And that's all 10 shots.
Okay, Coops, you're adopting a position on the tank trap. You're going for the green hostage IPSC. It's the only green IPSC in the main bunker. 10 rounds. Just a single position.
Now Tim's finished shooting. He's directing Charles Cooper to the 4th target. Charles is shooting the green IPSC at 750 metres. He was off the edge of the plate there. 2nd round down and the wind's picking up. Still off the left edge. Left edge again. 3rd round gone. 7 rounds to go. And that's an impact. He's on target now. He's speeding up. The wind is definitely playing around here. 6th round away. Impact. 2 for 6. Seventh round, 3rd impact. Charles seems to have got the wind worked out. And that's another impact. Just off the edge of the plate. And the final round was missed. Next up, our C2 Precision. As C2 Precision prepare for the radio check stage to commence, they're already making their preparations, checking the mirage down range, trying to figure out which way the wind is blowing and how strongly.
For argument's sake, your first shooter, whoever you choose it to be, must engage with 10 rounds, the target's at 570, which are the yellow circles, 5 large, 5 small. You can choose who does that. They must shoot off one of the 3 barricades. Tank trap, GBPRA bannered box, or the slant. Can you see the slope on the ballistic blocks?
Can they choose which one they do?
You can choose. You can decide as a team on the radio. The next one shoots 10 rounds into the 750 green.
And then when you're in position, you can take your flag out and put your mag in. Yeah, okay. And then obviously you can start.
Okay, the time is about to start for C2 Precision on radio check.
On the timer, 10 minutes, go.
Okay, the clock has started.
Targets at 570, the yellow, and then the 750, the green hostage pit, the IPSC target, and then the bog seat. Yeah. So one person shoots 10 rounds at each of those targets. Roger?
One person shoot 10 rounds at each of those targets.
How many rounds are we engaging at each target, Dux?
Each target is 10 rounds.
Got ya, okay.
Except for at 570, there's 2 targets, there's 5 large and 5 small. So it's 5 shots in the small at 570. And then at the large pit, the green hostage IPSC, 10 shots there at 750.
Yeah.
And then on the bog seat, 10 shots at 850.
Right, got that.
And you can choose what position you want to use to shoot.
Of the 3 barricades.
Of the 3 barricades. So you've got the bitumen slabs, you've got the corrally thing, and you've got the tank trap.
Yeah.
So you can choose yourselves roughly 10 shots at each stage.
For the sake of clarity, an angled shot off the ballistic blocks, off the highest angle, a shot off this prop in the middle and a shot off the most appropriate as you see fit. I would say one of the nearer two.
Until we've done 10. Until we've done 10 at one target.
Why don't you go 5?
Okay, the communication isn't going strongly for C2 Precision.
Large.
Large, okay, I'll go small off of here.
Yeah.
Right, Dunks, we're engaging yellows at 570.
The guys
5 each.
seem to have it figured out with last though.
Small. No, large. I'm doing 5 on the big.
Okay, Lawrence has gone up.
So if you're taking the 570, you've got to do 5 big, 5 small.
You have 10 rounds into that target selection at that distance from the prop.
Right, Lars, I'm jumping on the yellows.
Okay.
You get centred up in big pit.
I'd suggest you communicate and let Duncan know if you're doing that.
Roger that. So you get ready up in big pit, Lars.
Okay, they seem a little confused. Lawrence is not sure what he's going for here.
Roger that, Dunks. I'm getting ready on the yellows in 570. Lawrence is getting ready on the 10 in big pit. Over.
Roger, so Lawrence, you've shoot 5 at the large, 5 at the small, and 570.
That's Josh.
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Steve, start at 570 then, they might go bandit after that.
Yeah.
Right, loading, making ready, Loz. You spotting for me as well?
Yeah,
we got spotters on.
Loz?
Hey?
You spotting for me as well?
Go on.
Right, dope 570, 3.1. I'm going to go 3.1.4.
Keep an eye on that lamb, Steve-o.
Yeah.
Right, I'm in and ready, Loz.
Can you see it as well, yeah?
Yeah, I can see it, mate.
Right, I'm going for large.
Okay.
Impact! 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 Impact!
Josh has been his usual smooth, quick stuff.
Impact!
All rounds downrange so far impacted.
Impact!
This is some fine shooting from the GBPRA champion. Oh, he's dropped one. He's dropped one.
Impact or off the left?
Who called it? Anybody call impact?
No.
That was. It moved.
Yeah. That was an impact.
Impact.
Oh, off the right. That's my 10, Loz.
Okay, 2 rounds dropped.
All 10 at the green ipstick, yeah?
Loz is now engaging big pit, green ipstick, all 10.
Roger, right.
750, Steve.
742, Loz.
Lawrence is up now, 742 metres, shooting the large green ipstick. Teammates are sharing wind calls. Lawrence is engaging, first round away.
Off the right edge, hold left edge.
Josh is confirming the miss.
Impact.
Impact on the second round.
Impact. You're impacting
Impact
low.
on the third.
Impact.
Impact on the fourth.
Impacts.
This is some good shooting.
Impacts.
The impacts are coming quick now.
Impacts.
Lawrence isn't missing.
Impacts.
Take it left.
The wind's picked up though.
Take it left.
Yeah, the wind took that one off the target.
Impact.
He corrected on the next one though.
Impact.
Good shooting.
You on?
One shot dropped just because of the wind.
Dunks, I'm engaging big pit. Bog seat. 10 rounds, confirm?
Who's doing the bog seat? Me or you?
You are.
You are, Dunks. Go for it, mate, if you're ready.
Okay, watch the wind.
Oh, there's a little bit of miscommunication there, and Josh was about to start shooting, but he's confirmed with Duncan that Duncan's going next. Okay, shooters are set for each other. Duncan's engaging the box seat at 850 metres, and that was an impact on the first round.
Impact! Impact centre!
Another impact for Duncan, he's nailing this time.
Impact.
Duncan's not holding back.
Centre, keep centre, Dunks. Keep sending it.
No surrender!
Keep going, keep running.
Duncan can't miss. This wind isn't troubling him at all. Sounds like Duncan's putting in a great performance. There goes another one.
Impact.
Duncan cannot
Look,
miss.
Can you see that grip?
Yeah, I know.
Impact.
Amazing shooting.
Well done, Duncan.
That was 10 for 10 for Duncan.
Anything else for us?
Well done, Duncan.
More?
But there's still one more stage to shoot. Duncan's going to get on the radio now.
Right, we're shooting at 200 now. One person, Simon, one person does it.
One person on the remaining barricade at that distance.
Okay, at 200, see the.
Can you get on that?
See the green target, green with 2 dots.
Yeah.
Come right, not the big yellow. Come right again. You'll see a small yellow and a small white.
Roger that.
Okay.
5 in each of those circles.
Just say that one more time.
Shooter off the barricade.
One shooter off another obstacle.
The barricade that's not been used.
Okay, so they've identified the target, but they don't seem to understand which barricade to jump on.
From the barricade that's not been used.
The yellow and the white's in 200. So the winner gets to shoot it, right? We go rock, scissors, stone, shoot. Right?
One,
Rock,
two,
scissors, stone.
three.
No, you got one shoot, okay? You got
Oh,
shoot.
right.
Right, rock,
One,
scissors,
two,
paper,
three.
shoot. It was going to be a scissors.
Okay, they're doing a game of rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to be engaging the target.
And we got to use the barricade, we haven't used.
Okay, it's going to be Lawrence on the tank
Yeah,
trap.
we got it, Doug. Yeah.
5 in each target. Guys, go on.
Okay, come on. And they're running. Lawrence is off.
Center and tripod.
It has to be there.
Has to be there.
It has to be there.
Like my tripod, Josh, grab mine.
You've got 2 minutes left.
Okay, Josh is bringing over Lawrence's tripod now. They're going to get a nice stable position.
Centre of 200 pit.
Josh is going to guide him in.
Tick with 2 dots on it.
Yeah.
But if Lawrence misses one of these, I'd be very surprised at this range.
Have you dialed your dope?
Yes.
200.
Firing.
There we go.
5.
This is going to be like a machine gun, I think. Impact. Impact. Here we go. Will the target survive?
There's the white.
There we go. Now move on to the
Hold
white
a little bit
target.
further left.
Oh, no problem at all. Good shooting at this distance. Lawrence running the bolt nice and smooth. Oh, he missed one.
Didn't it?
I didn't see anything move. I just seen
I saw the plate go.
Oh, I think that might have been a miss at 200 metres for Lawrence, which is highly embarrassing at that
Clock
distance.
stopped on that round anyway, so you finished. We haven't
see
had an
the
impact
plate
or a
kick?
miss.
I just seen the soil behind you.
I saw the plate kick.
plate moved.
I saw it.
There's a little bit of debate about whether that last round was a hit or not.
Flag is
Tim,
Who's making
did
the
you see
decision?
it? Tim needs to be independent adjudicator. Did you see it?
I'm afraid I didn't know.
Were you looking?
I wasn't, no.
Right.
If
Sorry.
Steve says it's a miss, it's a miss. Sorry.
Okay, unfortunately, Steve was on the spot and scope. He was
Still
scoring
a
and he's
fantastic
giving it as a
round, though,
miss.
fellas. Well done. That wasn't easy, was it?
That was challenging. I enjoyed that.
Especially with the walkie-talkies.
You enjoyed it.
That might have been our first bit of controversy in today's match. Lawrence and Josh at C2 Precision were absolutely adamant that that was a hit, but Steve on the spot and scope called it a miss.
Good shooting.
Okay, so I'm here with Lawrence Barnes, C2 Precision. Lawrence, you've just come off the radio check stage. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was great fun actually. It was really unusual. We're not used to having to relay an entire course of fire to the individual shooters. So
Over radio
or to
as well.
receive it from my perspective, that was great fun. Really, it was interesting. It was nice to have enough time to get clarification on what some of the targets were. But no, it was great fun. I think we're really chuffed with the score as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got off to a cracking start on the first stage, the Milk Jug Challenge. You've done really well on that stage there, but a little bit of controversy at the end there. Do you want to just talk us through that?
Well, you know, it's like, I'm not going to perpetuate the controversy, but yeah, I mean, me and Josh thought that I clipped the last target, and the spotter didn't see it. But you know, who's going to argue over that? We're here for fun today.
Yeah,
it's I'm happy with my shooting, and that you've got to enjoy yourself, haven't you?
Well, let's hope that 1 point dropped controversially doesn't isn't the one that makes or breaks the match for C2 Precision.
Then you could say that about the milk bottles. I mean, we cleaned the milk bottle stage. No, we didn't actually. We dropped 1 point there, which I think is significantly ahead of what the other guys did. So, you know, it all evens out in the end. You just
Well, it's like a season of football, isn't it? There's always controversy in football. There's the penalties, the goals that weren't allowed, but they say it all evens out over the course of a season.
It definitely is. Yeah, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon, albeit a very short marathon today. But it's definitely. We'll see at the end of the day where we stand.
All right. Well, good shoot, because it was good shooting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Cheers, Lawrence.
10 minutes starts now.
Okay, Team Jackal are up next on the radio check, and they're just doing a radio check.
So the first shooter is going to be shooting the yellows at 570, 5 rounds on the large target, 5 rounds on the small target.
Okay, Tom Rice is the leader in the hut today, and he's communicating by radio the course of fire to his teammates. John Creswell, team captain for Team Jackal, is in charge of the radio and communicating with Tom Rice.
The third shooter is going to be the box seat at 850. What barricade are you going to shoot that off of?
Communication's going quite well so far. It seems like they've got a very, very clear communication method worked out between them.
Get that, Tom. Box seat, ballistic block.
One thing's for certain, the wind has definitely picked up, and I think the conditions are going to be getting trickier and trickier as the day goes by. We had some hailstone earlier on, but it's staying thankfully dry at the moment.
And then the white circle to the right of that. 5 rounds on each. Are we all clear?
Yeah, see. Yep, we're all happy.
Okay, so you're up first, John.
When it comes to you shooting off the tank trap, it's off that position there, right? No problem. Yeah.
Okay, instructions received, radios are down, everybody's moving to positions on the various barricades. We've got John Creswell in the centre barricade, which are actually pheasant pens, I believe. So he's shooting off the GBPRA sign. Keith Bradley's taking up position on the sloping ballistic block. And it looks like James will be the third shooter shooting off the tank trap, but he has to wait before he can engage. Let's see which shooter goes first. Tom Rice is clearly taking up position in the hut. He'll stay in there for the entirety of the stage, but it's yet to see which target he's actually going to be picking for himself to take. Maybe he's picked himself an easy one.
So it's gone past 2 minutes, gents.
Okay, it looks like John Creswell is up first. So John Creswell is going for the 2 targets in the 570 metre bunker. He's had 3 impacts so far, but his 4th and 5th have missed, and that's exactly when the wind picked up. The wind must be gusting to about 15 mile an hour now. And in this valley amongst the Welsh mountains, the wind does some very, very funny things when it picks up.
Do you know where the shots are going, guys?
John's asking his teammate for some help because he can't see where his shots are going now. He's not getting much feedback from downrange. Okay, he's back on target now. Just right. James is trying to walk him onto the target.
Just right again.
And that's all 10 rounds gone.
Okay, drop your mic, please.
Are you finished, John?
Tom Rice is going for the 750 green IPSC.
Tom's on.
That was an impact at 750 for Tom Rice. Just off the right of the plate.
Impact.
Another impact it seems. Tom seems to be Dealing with this not too badly. There's another impact for Tom, 750 metres. Tom seems to have got the targets figured out now. Starting to speed up his shooting a little bit. Making it look easy now.
Well, 2 misses there, Tom.
And that was 10 rounds, 8 for 10.
To you now, Keith. 8.
Which one's Keith shooting?
Boxy.
Okay, next shooter up is Keith Bradley off the ballistic blocks. Shooting at 850 metres at the bog seat. The bog seat target is called the bog seat because it's shaped like a bog seat, although a very big heavy metal one.
Right. No.
Okay, second round was a miss. Back on target. 2 for 3. Another round goes down. The spotter calls impact, and there's still a 2-second delay before the noise of the impact comes down range.
Off to the left.
No, the wind just took that off the left edge. Okay, that was another impact for Keith. He's got this nicely lined up.
Impact.
Another impact.
Impact.
Good shooting. Could this be the last round?
Impact.
Another impact.
Impact.
Another impact. And that's all.
Is that you out now?
And that's all 10 shots taken.
Keith's done, he's just moving on to left.
Which one am I shooting first, yellow or white?
Which one is he shooting first? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter, whatever order. 5 on each.
5 on each. Which one are you going for? James?
I'll go for white first.
Okay, James is the final shooter up for Team Jackal. He's shooting off the traditional tank trap, using a tripod as wheel support, and his aim is shooting at the target at 200 metres.
You were 6 off to the right then.
Okay, first was a miss.
Just off the left edge.
White one, mate.
Okay, that second round was an impact. Wind's picking up though. Never easy, even at close range when you're standing. This is proving very tricky.
On to yellow.
Transition onto the yellow. That was a first round hit. Another impact. Another impact for James. 2 more rounds to go.
Last one.
And he finishes with an impact. Shooting at 200 metres when you're standing on the top of a tank trap, when the wind's blowing you about, never easy for any shooter. Okay, and that concludes the radio check stage, and just having a quick run through the scores, it's clear that C2 Precision have taken that round. It looks like based on the scores, Team Jackal in second place.
Stage 3 of our GBPRA Teams event is the MFG top cover stage. All 4 shooters will stay within this area. We've not told them what kit they need, how much ammo they need, they can work that out as a team. The first shooter, when they've had a discussion, will come to point 1, climb into the vehicle, take a safe position out the top and engage the targets in 2 bunkers in the distance. Once they've engaged the targets, they finish the 10-round course of fire. They'll step out, back into the red area. Next shooter will come out to position 2, engaging the exact same target. So we're not doing different targets, we're going to keep it nice and simple. Once they return back to the team area, the third shooter will take up position 3, clear the marks on the floor, and we'll straddle the trailer hitch, engage the same targets. Back to the team area. The fourth shooter will take up a prone position, under cover, engage the same targets, and upon returning back to the team area, the timer will stop. They have 5 minutes.
And Simon, what are the distances?
Distances, I knew you were going to ask me that. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Shall I cover that?
Oh, that's why you're here to do the clever stuff.
So the 2 bunkers, there are 5 targets in the 2 bunkers. The first bunker is at 600 metres, the second bunker is at 670 metres. So it's not exactly a very, very long range one, but it'll be challenging.
And also it's bunkers they're not used to shooting from this point. Normally those bunkers are engaged from all the way back at the main firing point or a bit further down the road. So they're a little bit out of the comfort zone with this. And shooting, whoever shoots on the left-hand side, no one will like that. Apart from a left-handed shooter, which we haven't got one.
Are they ranging the targets before they start themselves and not being given the distances?
No, where we can avoid it, we won't give them any distances. That's the benefit of being in a team. There's 3 people stood watching them, they can shout distances out to them if they want. As long as they're not pointing a firearm down line, we're happy.
Should be a good match.
Lovely, thanks a lot.
After a short break for lunch in the sunshine, we now move to stage 3, sponsored by MFG Security Consultancy. This is the top cover stage. First up, Team Jackal. Tom Rice is the first shooter up for Team Jackal. He moves to the top cover's trailer and quickly enters through the back. Disappears for a moment and then pops through the top, as graceful as a swan. The rain's really coming down now and the wind has picked up. It's probably gusting as high as 15 to 20 mile an hour. Tom's first 4 rounds are going to be at 2 targets at 600 metres. He'll then transition for his final 6 shots to 670 metres halfway up the hill. First round hit. Tom's off to a flyer. That's a second impact, some much needed points for Team Jackal. Rounds 3 and 4 were a miss. Tom dials on extra elevation for the 670. Repositions, finds the target, feeds around. Shooting 3 targets in this bunker from left to right, the targets decrease in size. Tom's first round is a miss. Tom misses again. Correction, Tom takes a hit. The conditions are making spotting hits a very difficult game. At the further distance, with the rain getting even heavier, Tom's finding making the hits difficult. With all 10 rounds shot, he clears his rifle, shows clear to the RO, and now has the tricky task of exiting the top cover trailer to return to the staging area, where the next shooter up for Team Jackal will be Keith Bradley. In the best tag team tradition, Tom exits the firing point and in comes Keith Bradley. Keith will be shooting the same course of fire, but this time he'll be shooting from the side of the top cover trailer. He's positioned himself on the floor shooting from his tripod. With only 5 minutes on this stage, the guys need to move a bit quicker than this. You can really feel the time just passing by.
Fellas, we're 3.5 minutes in, I'm going to make it 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keith's first shot was a miss. Shooting from right to left, the first two shots are at the smaller of the two targets at 600 metres. Misfire. The clock stops for 30 seconds on a misfire. The drill now is to wait 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds is up, Keith will lift his bolt and eject the round if the round is in there. It may be that he just hasn't fed a round into the chamber. Keith drops his magazine, keeps the rifle pointing down range, lifts the So there was a misfeed there. There was no round in the chamber. Everything was perfectly safe. The clock starts again. Keith takes up his shooting. No hit so far for Keith. He now transitions to the 670 metre bunker where he has 6 shots at 3 targets. The conditions really are dreadful. The rain's coming down very heavily. It's clearly going to have an effect on scores. First impact for Keith. Second impact for Keith, but time's really passing by. And that's all 10 rounds for Keith. I think I counted 2 impacts. Keith leaves the firing area. And in steps James. James moves to the front of the top cover trailer, takes a seated position on the trailer hitch, and with his rifle rested on a bipod, on a tripod, James prepares to take his 10 shots. Looking around the shoot, there's not many people planned for rain. This is the joys of shooting in the Welsh Mountains. 1 minute it's sunshine, the next minute it's cats and dogs. The rain is very heavy now, it's really coming down, it's affecting the shoots quite badly. No hits so far for James. Okay, he's starting to get some feedback from his team now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an impact. James is on target now. And that was all 10 rounds for James. Shot with 1 hit. As James steps away, in comes John Creswell. John is team captain and he'll be shooting in a prone position.
Can you see it all right, Ken?
Visibility is a real problem now for the shooters and the spotters. And I think I've got water in my shoes.
Tim, if you want to call it on visibility, I'll stop the clock.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think we're going to have to call it. Mate.
Call it before he pulls the trigger.
John, hang fire, mate. We're going to have to call it on visibility.
The Arrows have called it. They've stopped the shooting for the time being. The rain has just got too bad. Visibility is down. We just can't see the targets anymore.
Alright. We're just enjoying the rain.
Yeah.
We thought, you know, this is a nice spot for it.
So the rain stopped late, but all the shooters are still in good spirits. The banter's flowing. Everybody's still having a good time.
Welsh sunshine. We're part of the experience.
Anybody want to do a review on that?
Exactly, yeah. Look how the water is beating off of this.
Yeah, bro. You need to make these water.
And what would win in a fight between a shark and a tiger? I mean, it all comes down to venue, as we've seen today.
Yeah, today it would be a shark.
It would be, yeah.
It's more water.
Yeah, but drop a tiger in the Indian Ocean, and I don't think it'd be a fair fight. Your time is going to start now.
After a break for some really horrendous weather, we get the shooting underway again with Team Jackal. John Creswell completing the course of fire for his team. John is shooting in the prone off a tripod. He's gone 3 shots so far with 2 hits. That was a 4th and it was a miss. He now dials for 670 metres of elevation. The visibility is getting better. Obviously we've started shooting again, but it's not 100%. And that's his 5th
45
shot.
seconds, sorry.
Feedback from his team is that he needs to move over a little bit to the left with his shot, so his elevation looks good. He still needs to come a bit further over to the left. He's falling off the right edge. Impact. 6th shot.
Okay, right, so yeah, unload, drop your mag, put your flag in.
Okay, that's all 10 shots for John Creswell.
Ready, go.
Okay, so we're on to stage 3, top cover, and first up for C2 Precision is Josh Martin. Josh was quickly into the top cover trailer, moving through the vehicle out onto the roof, ready to engage the first targets at 600 metres. He's got a teammate spotting for him, and that was a first round impact. Good shooting, Josh. Second round's away, second round impact. Lawrence calls out to Josh that his shot was high. Some good teamwork going on here. And the 4th shot is an impact. Josh transitions to 670 metres. Large target, medium target, then small target. 2 shots at each. The rain has started again. Visibility's starting to drop a little bit, but it's still shootable.
Off the right side.
That shot was a miss.
Point 2.
Josh is adjusting 0.2 mils.
Same again, but more, correct more.
Same again, needs to correct more. Wrong target. Is the pressure getting to Josh? Oh, he's back on target now. last shot. Impact. A really, really good finish, really strong finish there, even if he did have a small hiccup there on the second from last target, shooting the wrong target. Josh is quickly out the top cover trailer. Top cover trailer from MFG Security Consultancy. Proud supporters of the GBPRA Teams events, helping us out with our media coverage. Second shooter up, Lawrence Barnes for C2 Precision. Lawrence has the lovely job of shooting off the top of a tripod. And has he set that too high? I think he has set it a bit too high. He's doing some adjustments on the fly. Tall guy, Lawrence. Not that tall. Okay, is he stable? He's messing about with his magnification ring. He seems settled now, ready to take his shot. First one's away. And it's a miss. Another miss. That was a smaller target though, he transitions onto the larger target. So no impacts. No, that's 4 down, 4 missed. Okay, moving on to 670. Lawrence has got an opportunity here with 6 rounds to put it right. Getting a little bit of feedback from his team. The wind looks like it's just picked up as well, maybe just at the wrong moment. There was some noise there, was that an impact? It wasn't called though. He's shooting low, Josh just called out. Right, he's got his elevation on, Josh is telling him. But he's just off the side of the plate. Oh, could this be a... That was all 10 shots missed by Lawrence. Lawrence had some very strong performances earlier on in the day, but in these bad conditions, it's really starting to play a part in people shooting. With only 3 shooters on C2 Precision today, each stage means that somebody has to shoot twice. So Josh has come back up to take a seated position on the trailer hitch. Clock is still ticking against the team. After Josh shoots here, there's still Duncan McIlwain to shoot in the prone position at the same targets. Josh was quickly into position there, it looks very stable. Going to be taking his first shot at 600 metres. Oh, and he was still dialed for 670 metres after his last stage. He's adjusted now, he's quickly identified the mistake. And there we go, Josh is back on target again, the usual story. Another impact for Josh, it gets boring after a bit. Definitely a contender for the IPRF World Championships in France this August. He's transitioned to the 670 metre targets. Another impact. But that's the larger target of the 3 in that bunker. They get increasingly small, increasingly difficult. Moving on to the medium-sized target. Although that was an impact, Lawrence is just telling Josh he just needs to hold a little bit. Another good impact. Oh, that was a miss that time. Onto the smaller target.
That was off the right, point 2.
Last shot. And it's a good one. Some good correction calling there from Lawrence to get Josh back on target. Josh is shooting a Bagara B14. And Daddy Mac's up now.
We're here, Tim.
Yeah.
removes his flag, inserts his magazine, gets ready to engage the targets at 600 metres. But it's a first round miss for Duncan. He's getting support from his team with correction calls.
I'm down.
Point 2 off the right edge. 3 o'clock.
Landing at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Daddy Mac is shooting prone. Real name Duncan McIlwain. One of our senior shooters, qualified for GBPRA Championships in France this year.
Right edge of target.
Shooting prone on the top cover stage. And it looks like he's on target. He's laying down the impacts now. Transitions to 670 metres, largest target. Just taking his time.
High right again. Come down point 2.
Just
left
high right.
Point 2.
The wind's died off somewhat now. The rain, although it's still coming down, isn't as heavy as it was before. Conditions definitely improving.
2 shots at the big
One more at the big one.
Duncan's taking his time, sending another one at the big target, and he gets an impact. And a bit of a cheer from his team. Oh, good shot on the medium-sized target, 670 metres. Well done, Duncan.
"30 seconds.
I think he's got 1 round left to go.
Good shooting, Dunk. Good shooting that. Yeah, happy when you are. Step out the line, I'll start the timer. Go.
Okay, we're back to stage 3. Now we've got the 1 Mile Club shooting from the top cover trailer. First up is Trim Brush, GBPRA Secretary, shooting his Accuracy International. He's decided to shoot from a tripod on the top cover vehicle, which is something I don't think we've seen anybody do so far. Looks like he's using an Arca rail there.
Tilt the back end down a bit more, Tim. Tilt it, that's it.
So far at this stage, C2 Precision are in the lead. In second place we have Jackal Firearms, and in third place we have 1 Mile Club. But after a very low score on the third stage by Jackal Firearms, the 1 Mile Club have got a real opportunity here to take second, to move into second place. And the range really eased off now. If they were ever going to have an opportunity to move into second place, now's the moment for it. They really have been blessed by the better conditions. Tim's taken a long time to settle here. This could be eating into their 5 minutes for the stage. Okay, he's put his magazine back in the rifle, and he's ready to take his first shot at first target, 600 metres. And it's an impact. Good start. Second round hit. Tim's putting in a strong showing already. Okay, the second target's caught him out there. He's adjusting for 670 metres, transitioning to the next set of targets. Okay, and that's the third impact. 4 shots left to go. 3. Okay, good shooting, Tim.
Right edge.
And that was all 10 rounds from Tim. And looking at the scores of other shooters so far, that's not a bad showing at all. Tim exits out of the top cover trailer. Moves to the staging area, and next up is Charles Cooper, shooting for 1 Mile Club. Charles has elected to shoot off a tripod on this stage, as have all the other shooters that have gone before him. Charles is just taking a moment to settle. Loads around. First round's away. And it's a miss.
Anything good?
He's asking his team if they've managed to spot where he's missed, but there's no feedback. And now Charles seems to be having a little bit of difficulty feeding a round.
Pull on 0.3 for win.
Getting some feedback.
Did you hear what I shouted?
No. What did he say?
3 is your win call, Coops.
0.3 more.
No, just hold 0.3. We couldn't see any impact.
Okay, taking a bit of time just to make sure he's got the wind right. Ready to take his fire his second round. It's away. And it was another miss. Charles takes his third shot. He's being asked by his team just to move over a little bit more to the left. Still being asked to adjust to the left more. He's changing the elevation on his scope now, just getting ready for the 670 metre shot. 3 targets, 6 rounds. And the first of those 6 is away, and it's another miss. Oh, and we have a hit. No hit that time, being asked to go to the right this time. And another hit. That's 2 impacts so far, 2 more rounds to go. Miss. Final round.
Call again.
Down 0.2.
And that's, if I counted correctly, it was 2 hits from 10. What I would say about 1 Mile Club at this stage is they're taking a lot of time on each firing point, and that could hurt them if they don't manage to get their last shooter onto the stage, because that last shooter gets to shoot prone, and that's usually the most stable shooting position and should be what they need to get a few good points. But if they time out, they're not going to get that opportunity. Tim rushes back up now and he's on the trailer hitch. Again, the team have elected to use a tripod on this stage. This is the 3rd firing point, the 3rd use of the tripod. It looks like Tim may have that tripod set a bit too high. I think he's going to have to lower it down.
I'm happy with 1 foot in, works for me.
Yes, he's adjusting the legs. He's going to try and bring that tripod down a little bit. He just looks like he's a bit too high at the moment. Yeah, no, he's he really needs to get that leg load down. This is the challenge of shooting under the clock. When you're shooting in unfamiliar positions, it gives you a real challenge. You have to be very, very practiced with your equipment, and even if you are practiced with your equipment, once you get onto that position, if your equipment just isn't quite set at the right height or in the right position, you're having to try and manoeuvre under that time pressure, it can really be off-putting. Eats away the time, but Tim's into his position now. He's on target at 600 metres, about to send his first round, and it's an impact. Good shooting, Tim, again. Second round impact. This is an opportunity to get some good scores. He seems like he's in a rock steady position now. Okay, that was a miss. And another miss. 2 scored from 4 so far. Tim adjusts. The 670 metre targets are up the hill quite a distance higher than the 600 metre target, so it's a change in angle for the shooters, and that's just as challenging as adding in the extra 70 metres of distance. Looks like Tim might not have remembered to adjust his scope there for that shot, but he's picked it up and he's made the adjustment. But he's missed that larger target of the 3. He's got 4 rounds left and he's onto the smaller targets. Oh, good shooting. He got one on the medium-sized target. That's a miss that time. He's now got his last 2 rounds on the smaller target. Taking his time. Miss. Taking his time. Making sure he's on. And another miss.
Thanks, mate. Useful that. I've got 3 down when someone else tells me I'm right, it makes life easy. Thanks, mate.
Okay, Tim's showing clear to the RO.
Fellas, bad news.
He's rifling his equipment. He needs to get off this stage quick. He needs to get his 4th man on.
Time! 10 minutes. Sorry, fellas.
And they've timed out. As I feared, the 1 Mile Club couldn't get their 4th man onto the stage, and that would have lost them quite a few points there, because that was a prone shooting position and should have bought them some points, but they've missed the chance. Everybody's collecting their thoughts now, getting their gear together. It's time to transition down to stage 4. After 3 stages, 1 Mile Club are on 71 points. Jackal Firearms in 2nd place on 75 points. Hardly anything between the 2 teams. But way out in the lead are C2 Precision with 92 points.
Go.
Okay, so it's 1 Mile Club. They're starting to select their first items, moving with the items up to the firing line. First up is Charles. He's elected for an ammo tin, an old tin of paint, and what looks like a frying pan. Dave of 1 Mile Club has gone for a tyre, a chair and a bucket. This is going to be fascinating. Dave is struggling to find the position.
You've got 2 items touching the floor.
Dave has 2 items touching the floor. The match director's just telling him he can only have 1 item touching the floor. I think he's going to have to lift that tyre up and put it on top of the bucket. For the teams, the challenge here will not be the distance of the targets or the size of the targets. It will be their ability to create a stable position using the 3 everyday items.
There you go.
Straight in with an impact. That's 2 for 2 for Charles.
5 on each. Yeah.
Missed that one. Took him a little time, but Charles seems to have sorted out his shooting position really well. Under recoil, however, the tower he's built is showing it's a little bit infirm.
Dave, you're going to hate me. You need to be resting on it, mate. You can't use your bipod like that. You've got to be rested on the prop.
People are trying to be a bit clever with the bipods. But the match director's not having any of it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping a close eye on Charles Cooper here actually. He's got a bipod deployed at the front of his rifle, but he's built a tower at such a height that I don't think his bipod is quite touching the floor. In fact, it's not. He is fully supported on the tower. Oh, he's thrown his cap away. Clearly it was getting in his way. Looking back behind the firing line, Tim Brush is ready with his 3 items, waiting for the opportunity to go forward. Dave has started to engage targets now, but he's about to start engaging targets. He's taking some time to get his position together, but he now seems ready to start shooting.
Big white one first. Full two.
Dave sends his first round and it's good.
Doing well.
Second round, second impact. Dave is putting those rounds down with some authority. Excellent shooting from Dave here. He's making some valuable ground up for his team. Another impact. He's now going for the smaller of the 2 targets, so let's see if he can still get those impacts. And he is. Good shooting, Dave. Oh, David nearly cleared that stage there. Nearly cleaned it, but he's just had 1 miss. Good recovery. Is this his final round? Just missed. 8 for 10 though. That was a really good result. Very strong. And now Dave and Charles exit the firing line, moving the props out of the way, making sure the rifles are pointed down range. And next up is Tim Brush, and Tim is coming to the firing line now with his 3 items. What has he got? He's got some big tube, what looks like a flue, and a tyre. Hasn't quite got his tower built yet, but he's gone back for his rifle. It looks like he's going to sort out his tower at the same time. Okay, so Tim has got his barricade built. It looks very infirm, but I'm sure he's going to be able to do some good work from that position. Looks like he might have built something very quickly that's going to be stable enough. Getting his magazine loaded. Okay, Tim looks like he's ready to go. Tim actually got into position very quickly there. A little bit of a misfeed there. The bolt went across the top of the round. Didn't strip one out of the magazine. But he's on target, but he's not getting the impacts. He's just checking his dials. Is everything squared away correctly? Maybe it's just the awkward shooting position. No, it's a second miss. Tim's not hitting, and he's wondering if it's his elevation. Okay, it looks like his elevation's good. Dave's just spotting for him, telling him that he's just a little bit off the left of the plane. I think he's transitioning to the smaller target now. But we know rounds down on the large target.
Point 2 left. Up point 2. No, keep same elevation, come point 2 left.
Point one. Just off the bottom, mate. You literally.
Okay, Tim's not having a good stage here. Dave's doing his best to try and walk him onto the target. But he's not getting the impacts. I think that's all 10 for Tim. Tim hasn't hit any targets that go.
2.5 minutes, Dave. Plenty of time.
2.5 minutes remaining. The match director, Simon Armstrong's just called out. Dave is the last shooter. His teammates are all spotting for him. He's built a very, very good tower there, but that looks wobbly actually. Every time he cycles his bolt, that tower is wobbling precariously.
You're right hand side.
It looks like he's got it under control though. And that's a good firm hit on the target.
That's commitment, lying in a wet ditch, spotting for your mate, that's commitment.
Director Simon Armstrong has just noticed that Charles Cooper is laid in a ditch in the water, showing real commitment to the cause of his team. Okay, Dave's really been having a good stage here. He did really well on his first turn, and now he's having a second go. He's getting some good points for his team.
You're right, go to small one. You're right edge that time, go to small. Take your time. Impacts count, don't worry about the time. You're left of target.
Okay, he's a little bit off on the small plate. It is a very small plate at this distance.
You've left the target again. Go 0.5 right.
Okay, Charles is calling him a 0.5 mil windage adjustment.
Oh, just off the right edge.
Last shot.
You're literally at 3 o'clock.
Can he make this one a good one?
At 3 o'clock again. Make the last one count, Dave.
I count that 10.
And he's all out. Okay, 1 Mile Club have finished their stage. Next up on the Build a Barricade stage, stage 4, our C2 Precision. As usual, Josh Martin, the constant professional when he's on the range. Checking his dope, checking his parallax.
I'll set my timer so we know a timer once it's going. So it's as soon as we pick that up, yeah?
Not just a good shooter, but very, very good with his match admin, making sure his preparation is spot on point.
I'll go left, you go right.
Who's going again at the end?
We'll let you know in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Who's doing best?
Yes.
Got it.
Ready? Ready, Si?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so first two up for C2 Precision are Josh Martin, IPRF World Championship qualifier, and Lawrence Barnes, his teammate, who is also an IPRF World Championship qualifier. Josh Martin shoots in open division, Lawrence Barnes shoots in factory division. The two teammates get ready to take their first shots. Josh shooting his Bagara in XLR chassis. Lawrence Barnes shooting his Accuracy International. You can see that they've really prepared well for this stage. They clearly knew exactly what 3 items each of them were going to choose and exactly how they were going to set them up. And that means that they certainly wouldn't run out of time on this, I don't think, shouldn't imagine. And they're already shooting and putting those impacts on steel. It's 2 for 3 for Lawrence, it's good shooting.
To the big ones.
Lawrence had his ego surprisingly on stage 3, shooting off the tripod. He's had no such trouble here. This is a fantastic recovery by Lawrence. He's put the disappointment of that last stage well behind him, and he's really putting in a strong performance for his team. Josh Martin's shooting now, and he started with an impact immediately. Yeah, I could see Josh cleaning this one. Ooh, actually no, he's missed one.
Sorry, what do I do with the gun and stuff now? Depends on what you get.
How many's that?
Put it somewhere
4.
safe for now.
Yeah. 5, move on.
Josh is shooting well, but the way he's set up his tower is causing him a few problems. He's got the pipe right next to his bolt, and he's having to move awkwardly. But those impacts just keep coming from Josh, and smooth and quick as usual. Next up is Duncan McIlwain, IPRF qualifier in senior division. C2 Precision have got some very strong shooters in their stable, and that is reflected in their score today so far. Like I say, they're out in the lead with 92 points after the third stage. They're having a bit of fun though. They're doing rock, paper, scissors again to see who's going to be the fourth shooter, because they've only brought 3 shooters today. Josh is up again. They've clearly prepared how they were going to build their barricades, which means that coming up to this stage, they're all squared away and ready to shoot. Oh, Duncan's had a bit of a problem there. His frying pan has gone flying off the top of his tower. He's going to have to retrieve that, get it back on the top of the tower, make sure everything's patted down firmly in place, realign his rifle and get shooting. And Josh is quickly on to the scores again. Here we go. Impact after impact. I hope the spotters are keeping count, because this is some quick shooting. Wow, now what was that like? That was Josh Martin in something like 20 seconds sending 10 rounds at 350 metres to 2 small targets and didn't miss a shot. Everybody's a little bit not shocked, because we've seen him do it before, but they're certainly appreciative of this guy's shooting skills.
Right, Dunks, change to big. Got 15 seconds left.
Duncan's been talked onto the target by Josh. So far he hasn't managed to make an impact. There we go, Duncan's on now.
That went off the left, hold right.
You've got time.
Time. That's your time, Dunks.
Keep going, time's extended, keep going.
Back to small one.
I went low right, I think. I went off 9 o'clock. Good elevation. Sit.
And Duncan's out. Oh, so that was some good shooting by C2 Precision. Just waiting for Team Jackal to shoot stage 4.
Fellas, when you pick your first prop up, the time starts.
Okay, so stage 4, build a barricade. Now sees Team Jackal step up to the firing line. And we've got Keith Bradley, open shooter. His barricade's already built. He's squared his admin away there perfectly. Puts his barricade bag on the top, gets his rifle planted in place, and he's ready to go. Tom Rice, Team Jackal shooter, also an IPRF qualifier, this time in factory division. Tom Rice has got his barricade built. It looks like he's using a chair for the base. Nice stable platform that should be. And the 2 guys are almost ready to start shooting. And Keith's away. First round's a miss though. Second round's a hit. Keith's up and running. Misfire. Okay, so we need to go through a misfire drill now. Keith will keep the rifle in his shoulder, pointed down range, we'll count 30 seconds under the observation of the RO once the 30 seconds are up, just to make sure that we haven't got a round that has actually fired in there and is just cooking off slowly. We'll see Keith lift his bolt and just check that there's no round in there, which is probably the case. There we go. So basically he hadn't loaded a magazine, I think he was shooting with a half-empty magazine.
Tim, tell me when the clock's starting.
Okay, the clock started again, the misfire drill is complete, Keith's shooting, and he hasn't been phased by that clearly because he's come straight in with an impact. And another misfire.
Time stop.
Another misfire. It's important with misfire drills that they perform correctly, and what we don't want to do is we don't want to have a shooter feel like they don't observe a misfire drill, so we always make sure, whether it's shooter error or not, that we stop the clock and we always put safety first. Okay, Keith's just checking his magazine. You can see that it's fully loaded. It's probably the case that he just hasn't stripped a round from the magazine when closing his bolt. And that's exactly what happened. Keith gives the bottom of his magazine a good hard thump just to get it seated up high there in the action, and he's ready to go again and the clock starts. And again, unfazed, another hit on steel, and that was a nice feed. Missed. Another impact for Keith. He should be transitioning onto the smaller target now. Okay, he's just off the smaller of the targets. That smaller target's proving a bit tricky for Keith. Maybe he just hasn't quite got the stability that he needs for that smaller target on his tower. It doesn't look like the most comfortable of shooting positions. And of course Keith will be under stress. He's had 2 misfire drills, that's added a minute onto the time that he's had to be kneeling in position, and his muscles will start shaking a little bit, and all these little things add up and matter when you're looking for ultimate accuracy. Okay, so it's Tom's turn now, and his first shot is a hit.
Impact, Steve. Yeah.
Second shot is a hit. Tom seems to be in a very, very good, stable shooting position. Missed that one, getting a bit of feedback from his teammate that he was just a little bit off target, but he's corrected and he's back on target. And it's an impact. And another one. Tom's speeding up a little bit now, he's feeling confident. And a fourth one. This is some Josh-esque shooting. And that's great shooting by Tom Rice. So, Keith and Tom show clear to the RO. They've moved their rifles into a safe position. They have to dismantle their barricades. And then it will be John Creswell, Team Jackal captain, to come up next. And John Creswell, Team Jackal captain, is joined by James Boyle. Both guys have elected to bring their rifles up to the firing point first and then go back for their build a barricade props. Team captain John has elected for a frying pan, a tyre, and a bucket.
John, like it.
And he's done really well. He's built a very good. He's built a very good barricade there. Quite innovative. Some might say gamey, but he's within the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two teammates have spoken to each other and agreed that John's going to go first. John loads his magazine. James is ready, spotting for him. And here we go. John's first shot is a miss.
Just off the edge.
And another miss.
1 o'clock, just off the edge.
Maybe shooting off the tyre is just affecting the recoil characteristics of his rifle, but he's on target now. Okay, that's 2 impacts. It looks like he's settled down. And another good impact. 3 for 5 on the big target. Now transitioning to the smaller of the 2 targets at 350 metres. That's a miss.
1 o'clock. Come down half a plate.
Gets a correction call from his teammate. And it's an impact. Another impact. Oh, a little bit of a heavy lift on the bolt there. And that was the final shot, and that was an impact. A good round by John. Some good shooting. James Boyle's turn. Okay, James missed his first shot. He's getting corrections called by his team. And that's a good firm hit. We got some real feedback there. James quite unusually shoots the 308, and he shoots it without a brake or a moderator, so he really gets some recoil off that rifle, which makes it a bit tricky for him to stay on target. But he seems very, very proficient with it, and you certainly know when you've hit a target with a 308 because it makes quite a noise.
Just off 11 o'clock. Down half a plate.
James is getting some corrections called to him. No, he's struggling a little bit here with the smaller target. Another miss.
Anything? 4 o'clock.
Okay, that was an impact.
That's it.
Good shooting by Team Jackal.
It always puts them out the comfort zone. £3,000 rifle, £2,000 with an optic on top, and the shooting off paint pots, tyres. They might have the best barricade bag in the world. They've got to get a stable platform off bits of junk that's lying around. And none of them are comfortable. And there's not a single person there that's been sat comfortable. Stood up, knelt down, they've all been out of the comfort zone. And you watch some of them, you know, that's why Josh is so good at stages like this, because he just gets comfy anyway. You have people lying in ditches, spotting for the team members. It's been fantastic.
And yeah, there might be like 5-6 grand rifles and optics on show there, but you don't mind resting them on top of a rusty bucket when they're up against the clock and there's points to be scored.
Isn't that the truth?
Okay.
I don't think much of your ice cream.
You want a lick? Right, 5th and final stage. Has everybody had a good time?
Yes, thank you.
Has everybody got a wet arse? Well, we started off with a really beautiful day, glorious weather. The rain came in. It was very, very crappy from then on. It's been a challenging course of fire, is what I'd say, but we're now here for the grand finale. It's been our first teams match. Glad that you said you've all had a really good time. The weather never puts us off. But now it's time for the dueling trees. Okay, right guys, are you ready? Arrows ready, spotters ready, match director ready. Go! Oh, well, you've just turned Coops's around for him, Josh. Well done.
You can take the day off, Coop.
I was using mind games.
Oh, good shot, Tom. So everybody's back to no score. That's it. Josh is back to no score. Who was that, Tom? Good shooting, mate. Mr. Match Director, can we have a 1 minute call?
You're halfway through your allotted time.
Only Charles Cooper's scoring at the moment.
Last minute.
Nobody's scoring. Josh is scoring.
You see where you're hitting on that one, Josh?
I must say, this is some good shooting. Oh, is that halfy-halfy?
Last 30 seconds.
Oh! Oh! Good shooting.
15 seconds.
Has anybody run out of rounds yet?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cease firing!
I think mine got it back after the season.
It's as it lies, Coops. It's as it lies.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, I've just had a look at the tree through the binoculars. This time the targets are not starting on the left-hand side, they're starting on the right-hand side. So the scoring position will be the left-hand side. Okay, match director ready?
Ready. On
Okay.
the timer. Go.
Good luck, James.
The video will be amazing. There's a camera down range.
It's always a nervy start at the beginning of one of these dueling tree shoots. Nobody wants to go first. Everybody's waiting for somebody else. Is somebody going to get us started? It's James Boyle, Team Jackal. And he's in scoring position.
Just high that was, Dunk.
James is back into a scoring position.
Yeah. Oh shit. Shoot the top of the tree, Dunk. The bar. Bit lower. You go. Come down point 2. High again, Dunk. Definitely high. Yeah.
Oh, somebody's got a 50-50.
I don't do much on these dueling trees, you know. Maybe if you all shoot at the same time. To be fair, this has now become very...
1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute to go, and it's all about James's target. The other two shooters are in a 50-50 5-point target position. It's going to be interesting to see if their targets are loosened up and turned around. Sometimes they do slip back into play.
Just fighting over his one now.
Definitely high done.
James is under a lot of pressure here. This is the only target that's in play. He's got two shooters against
30
him.
seconds.
30 seconds to go. Is somebody going to knock James's target round? He's holding that position.
Dave, you need to change mags before you get near the end.
15
It's
seconds.
a magazine change for Duncan.
15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cease firing! That one doesn't count. That one was a gamey one.
That doesn't count.
Well done, guys.
Well done,
Cracker.
James.
Absolute cracker.
So can I just confirm there, Duncan 5 points, Dave 5 points, and James all 10 points. Good shooting, fellas.
3 minutes and the timer commences now.
Go for it, guys. So at the dueling trees we've got Lawrence, we've got Tim, and we've got Keith, and they've all got the game faces on. Just getting themselves settled in. Oh, looks like Keith's first to have a crack at it.
Is that a misfire avenue?
And Keith's had a misfire. Time, just keep running the time.
Yep. Keep running.
Keith's had a misfire. Wait, he's had a misfire.
As soon as I saw that both of them were in the middle, two at the bottom line. Now they're really going to be going for mine.
So far we haven't had a target put into a scoring position.
Well, who's in the top one? Stop.
Lars?
Yeah.
I can see the top 5 millimeters. I have faith in you. Oh.
Moved it.
Okay, so we've got Keith in a scoring position. The other 1 mile club is not in a scoring position.
Watch out, chap.
And Lawrence of C2 Precision has put his target into a
Halfway through your allotted
5-point
time.
scoring position, which means it's basically stuck between a full score and a non-scoring position.
Wait 30 seconds, sorry mate.
Lawrence is trying his hardest to get it into a 10-point scoring position. Maybe you can just see an edge working out. That was Tim in a scoring position now, so it's 10, 10 and 5 at the moment. Okay, the guys are just collecting the second magazines.
Last minute.
1 minute left to go. And Tim Brush has been very kind to Keith, knocking his target back around into a non-scoring position. And other than Lawrence, nobody's scoring now.
30 seconds.
No scores. Oh, there we go. Keith Bradley has just moved into a scoring position. Everybody's trying to get his target knocked around, but they can't get it. Tim's in a scoring position now. Tim's out of a scoring position.
10, 9, 8.
Tim can't
7,
get into a scoring position.
6,
He's trying his
5,
hardest.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, and Keith lost his score right at the end. That was cruel. Was that Lawrence taking that shot there?
Brilliant, brilliant.
So only Lawrence scored there with 5 points, and he was very kind to his opponents by knocking everybody out of scoring position. Okay, good shooting, fellas. This one is slightly different for you guys, I'm afraid. This tree, the top target on this tree is a little bit problematic. So Josh, can you please shoot the second target from top? Charles, the third target from top. John, the fourth target from top.
Right. Hold on. If the top one's problematic, give him that.
Charles keeps elevating the gaminess. So, Josh, which tree are you shooting?
Second from top on the right tree.
On the right tree, second from top.
Third.
Third from top on the right tree.
And the fourth.
Fourth from top on the right tree. Right, okay, great. So, are we all ready? Okay, guys, this is the last round of the whole day. Let's hope it goes well. Timer ready?
Timer ready. On the timer, 3 minutes. Go.
Just sat on a plate, Christian. Move binos about.
Okay, and Josh was in a scoring position, but he's been immediately knocked out. And he's back in a scoring position. That was a missed shot by somebody there. Oh, and it looks like John Creswell has got himself into a half scoring position. 50-50 there. Josh has had his target knocked back into a non-scoring position. Oh, and he's about 50-50 there. He's nearly... You can still see it though. Somebody might be able to edge that back into a non-scoring position.
Hold on, I'm going to get that.
Oh, Charles is trying to knock Josh's target into a non-scoring position, but it's a very small target at the moment because it's stuck halfway.
Yeah, I'll keep.
Oh, and somebody's just edged Josh's target, so he's now in a 50-50 scoring position, 5 points. But the post of the dueling tree means that it can't be seen anymore. That's out of play. That's Charles into a scoring position, and now he's out of a scoring position. Lots of activity on Charles's plate. It's the only one that's in play at the moment. Everybody's shooting at it.
Now will be the time to clear it.
Charles is still in a scoring position, but for how long we don't know. Josh has got plenty in his magazine left. He's going to have a go at that in a minute, I reckon.
Can I open it yet? Yeah. I'm opening this up. No,
Josh has had a go at
Last
Charles'
minute.
target, but he's missed it. Nobody killed Charles' target. There we go. Charles' target's now in a non-scoring position. Scoring. Oh, somebody tried to hit Charles' target there but missed it. And Charles is back into a non-scoring position. Oh, Josh is in a scoring position. How did he manage that? That's a harmless move. Do you take the 5 points and risk losing it all?
15 seconds.
15 seconds left. It's going to heat up.
10,
Charles is out of the
9,
points. Charles is back
8,
in the points.
7, 6, 5.
Charles is out.
4, 3.
Can he get back
2,
in? And he's back
1.
in.
Ceasefire.
And he's out. Oh, right at the death. Right at the death. Now, hang on a minute. Hang on. There is a bit of debate now. Is that a 5 or a 10 for Josh?
I can't see it. I've not got scope.
We can see the yellow. We're going to give it 7.5.
Hey!
Okay, that concludes the first GBPRA Teams match of 2022. With 3 more to go, we can see that there's one team that's put themselves in a very commanding position for the season ahead. But let's start off with just giving each other a round of applause. Good shooting, everybody, and thanks for coming along and spectating. It was great to have you at the range today. I hope you enjoyed the match. So, okay then, no further ado. In third place, we have got the 1 Mile Club. Well done, guys. You scored 89 points. In second place, we have Team Jackal on 116 points. Well done, guys. And in first place, we have C2 Precision on 152.5 points. So well done, guys. Good shooting. Really good shooting.